Welcome back to our show where we dive into fascinating topics related to science and technology.
Today, we're discussing the global positioning system, specifically the difference between triangulation and trilateration.
That's right, folks. Many people think they know what GPS does, but there's often confusion around these two terms.
So, let's get started. Our host, Dr. Sam Shamsi here, is going to guide us through this topic.
Thanks, Nora. As I was saying, the Global Positioning System, or GPS, is a network of satellites orbiting the Earth that provide location information to devices on the ground.
But before we dive deeper, let's define these two terms. Triangulation is a method used in conventional surveying where you measure angles from known points to determine a location. Think of it like using a theodolite to measure angles between landmarks to figure out where you are. On the other hand, trilateration is a technique used in GPS, where you calculate your position based on distances from multiple satellites.
It's like having multiple reference points, each providing a distance measurement, and then combining those measurements to pinpoint your exact location.
Now, many people assume that GPS uses triangulation because it seems intuitive, measuring angles and distances to figure out where you are.
However, the reality is that GPS relies on trilateration due to the nature of satellite signals and how they interact with receivers on the ground.
To illustrate this point, imagine you're standing in a field with several tall poles, each representing a GPS satellite.
If you were to use a theodolite to measure angles between these poles, you'd still be using triangulation, not trilateration.
But if you were to use a GPS receiver, it would calculate your position based on the distances from each pole, which is trilateration.
The key takeaway here is that while triangulation might seem more straightforward, trilateration is the actual method used in GPS.
And this distinction is crucial when understanding the principles behind GPS technology.
In fact, the recent launch of the GPS-3 satellite, as mentioned in the presentation, marks a significant improvement in global positioning technology.
With enhanced accuracy, security, and resistance to jamming, this new generation of satellites represents a major leap forward in navigation and timing.
As we continue to explore the world of GPS and its applications, it's essential to grasp the fundamentals of how it works.
From aviation to maritime and even everyday consumer devices, GPS plays a vital role in our lives.
So, let's wrap up today's episode by summarizing the main points. Triangulation is a method used in conventional surveying, while trilateration is the technique employed by GPS.
By understanding the difference between these two terms, we can appreciate the complexity and sophistication of GPS technology.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Join us next time for more exciting discussions on science and technology.